Hi, welcome to Gifted and Talented Education's P3 English program. In this video tutorial, we will be talking about the FIFA World Cup. Please take the next few moments to read the passage by yourself before moving on with this video. You may start now. As of now, you should have finished reading the passage. Let us look at the first two questions. In the first paragraph, it talks about the beginning of the FIFA World Cup. So the first World Cup was opened at the brand new Estadio Sanitario in Montevideo on 18th July 1930. It was the blank of a new era in world football, and the inaugural event proved a remarkable success. So the key word here is this word, inaugural. Inaugural means the first ever event. So if it's the first ever event, it is the, or rather it was the, what of a new era? The answer starts with the letter S. If you have guessed the start of a new era, you are correct. Well done. Let us move on to the next question. For question 2, there is a couple of clues right here. It is blank in a sporting and a financial sense. Okay, so there are actually two things that are happening now, right? If there are two things happening now, you say that it is a success blank in this aspect and in that aspect. There are two things happening now. What do you think is the most suitable word for it? The answer starts with the letter B. If you have guessed both a sporting and financial sense, you are correct. Alright, now let's move on to the next page. For question 3, the clue can be found in the year. So this happened in 1930, and we are actually talking about the event that happened in 1934, the second ever World Cup. So it's not similar. What is another word for not similar? Okay, take note over here that it comes after a full stop. So you have to make sure that it's a capital letter. Okay, this is a very common careless mistake. The clue for this question is that the answer starts with the letter U. Again, another word for not the same. The answer for question 3, if you have guessed unlike, you are correct. Unlike in 1930, there were no groups and only knockout rounds. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Question 4. For this question, you have to know who the winners were for the first World Cup. If you remember, and you look at the previous page, Italy was the winning team for the first World Cup. So here, it mentioned that the home team prevailed. Okay, the home team here refers to Italy. First, we must know the meaning of the word prevailed. Prevailed means to be superior then. In other words, over here, Italy was superior and they won. So once blank, the home team won. Italy won. It happened one more time. What is the word here? Once what? Okay, the first letter of the word starts with A. Right. For question 4, if you have guessed again, once again, you are correct. Well done. Now let's look at question 5. For this question, we have to know the different ways radio and news is shown on TV or on the radio, right? You say the news program was blank on the radio. The news was blank on TV. There is a news blank. Okay, so that's the clue for this question. It blank on radio. Okay, there are actually a couple of answers that are acceptable for this question. The first word starts with the letter B for boy, and the other starts with the letter T for tango. If you have guessed broadcasted, you are correct. If you also have guessed transmitted, it's actually acceptable. Okay, so these are the two possible answers for question 5. Let us move on to the next question. Question 6. For this question, first we must understand who Rime is. Okay, so you can see that Rime saw his wish blank